Good morning, Internet. I'm Brin, and today is November 18th, which is the 18th day of my 30 videos in 30 days project that I'm doing for the month of November for Transgender Awareness Month. And the questions I'm answering come from the 30-day trans challenge posted by the Miserable Muse on DeviantArt. Today's question is, how do you feel about the trans laws where you live? So this is a question with a couple of layers. The first being my state, I suppose, or my country. Let's start with my country. The U.S. does not have a transgender inclusive non-discrimination act at the federal level. However, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission has ruled, as of last year, that transgender employees cannot be discriminated against because it is a violation of Title VII and counts as discrimination based on sex. So, that's a start. I don't recall if that applies only to federal employees. I actually did look at the question ahead of time and had to do a little bit of research. Let's see. No, I think that it applies to all employers within the United States. So, if you have a case where you think that you are being discriminated against because you are transgender at work, then you can take that up with the EEOC. Then at the state level, Illinois has a gender-inclusive non-discrimination agreement. In Illinois, it's called the Human Rights Act. Is that right? Like I said, I actually looked some stuff up ahead of time. As soon as I saw the question, I was like, I can't just answer this on the fly, even though I'm sort of doing that now. But according to Equality Illinois, they say Equality Illinois has been a leader in the nation when it comes to protecting the rights of transgender persons. As a result of our work, Illinois is one of just a handful of states where it is illegal to discriminate on the basis of gender identity in housing, employment, and public accommodations. When some in our state suggested dropping the protection of gender identity in order to expedite the addition of sexual orientation to the Human Rights Act, Equality Illinois stood steadfast in demanding that transgender people be protected from discrimination. As a result of our perseverance, the gay and lesbian community remained allied with the transgender community, and we won together. What they're referencing is an unfortunately common tactic that gay rights advocates tend to push for whenever a non-discrimination act is nearing passage from in a legislative body. So whether in Congress or at the state legislature levels, the bills are always submitted with sexual orientation and gender identity, and then gender identity is used as a coin to be spent to drop, to be sacrificed. Basically, they spend that coin of sacrificing transgender people in order to try and get sexual orientation passed. Okay, puppies, stop just a moment, okay? Rogue wants to go outside, but she has to wait. So in Illinois, you are protected for your job, matters of housing, and public accommodation, which includes bathrooms. Now, you still have to be careful because sometimes that's overridden by local ordinance. As a matter of fact, in the city of Chicago, where you would expect, the more liberal reading of it, there's a local ordinance that says that you're supposed to use the bathroom of the assigned gender that's on your legal identification. So if you haven't gotten your gender marker changed and you're in the other restroom, you can technically be in violation. Sorry, they're going to keep scratching until I finish the video, so I apologize for that background noise. Anyway, Stop it! Rogue! Psst. See, look how sad they are. And very expectant. Anyway. So you do have to be careful, but, you know, if, unfortunately, it's like a whole legal case at that point. If you are, cited for that, it's possible to be able to challenge that in state court and see if you can get, you know, the charge overturned. Stop digging, too. Hey! Psst. Puppies. Urgh. Never listen. Anyway, so how do I feel about that? I feel great. Like, it's nice that at least on paper, that discrimination is, Seriously? She's digging in a box. This is basically the Shiba episode of, you know, my Trans Awareness Month videos. I'm just going to leave that on them for a second so you can see where this is all coming from. Anyway, so I feel really validated by that my home state has that. And I hope that kind of thing becomes the norm, and that as it does, people's attitudes start to become more accepting, and, you know, it's not something I have to hope for legal recourse to expect, you know, decent treatment. The queen of bad timing on videos, apparently. So, anyway, oh, on a serious note, there were some terrible, terrible storms that came through the Midwest yesterday. Iowa and Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, bringing with it a lot of tornadoes and a great deal of damage and loss of life. I want to extend my hopes to everyone who was impacted by that, and I hope that you were able to come through it with, you know, a minimal loss of property and property damage and damage to self and loss of life. I hope that you know, all of my viewers are safe. I actually hope everybody's safe, but I know there were some that were hurt yesterday. So, as I find any information for, you know, funds to help out, then I will add them to the notes below this video, and then probably something in tomorrow's video as well. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And take care of my very anxious dogs before they destroy my house. Wow, that was really in poor taste to follow that thing with that thing. So, my apologies. And I'm done. Until I see you tomorrow, leave me messages below, comments below, messages up here. Find me at bigender.net/forum, or on Tumblr, brinconvenient.tumblr.com, or on Twitter at brinconvenient.